Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jodie, and if you are new here then welcome. This channel mainly features all things Disney, but it also does feature things like lifestyle vlogs, beauty, fashion as well. So if you're interested in lots of Disney vlogs then please hit subscribe, and hopefully you'll be interested in the new vlogs coming up. Today's video is a very exciting one as it is a trip announcement slash trip Q&A. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is Jodie's Disney Wishes, you will know that very soon to me filming this video, myself and my husband Alfie are off on a bit of a bucket list trip. We are going to LA and Hawaii, which is so exciting. This trip was planned for Alfie's 30th birthday, which was in 2021. We couldn't fly then because of the pandemic, so it has been rescheduled to 2023, and we are super excited to be finally so close to going. We first started talking and planning this trip in 2019, so it feels like a very long time coming, and yeah, it doesn't feel real. I don't think it will feel real until we are sat on that plane and finally on our way to California. So I thought I will start off giving you a bit of a background as to what we are doing on this trip, and then, as I mentioned, I did put a question box up on my Instagram page asking you guys what you wanted to know about this trip, and I will go through and answer some of your questions. So grab a cup of tea or a nice drink and sit down and ready to hear all about our upcoming trip. So we start our trip in LA. So we are flying with British Airways from London Heathrow directly to LAX. So even the fact that we're going to LAX airport feels exciting. It's such a famous big airport. So we've flown with BA a few times before, but never to America, so we're looking forward to seeing how they compare to Virgin, who are our usual choice of airline. We used some Avios points which we collect through our American Express credit card to upgrade our flights, so we are in premium both ways to and from LA, so that's super exciting. We've always flown economy, so it will be nice to have a bit more luxury on this trip. Once we arrive at LAX airport in California, we will be going straight to Anaheim, where we will be spending the first 4 days of our trip visiting Disneyland. We have never been to Disneyland before. We have only ever been to Walt Disney World in Florida and Disneyland Paris. So to be able to go to Walt's original park in California is just so exciting. I can't even put into words what it will feel like to be in that park, so we are so excited. We have a 4-day ticket and we will be spending 2 days at the Disneyland park and 2 days at Disney's California Adventure, and after that we will be heading back to LAX because that is where we are flying from to go to Hawaii. So Hawaii is the middle part of our trip and we will be spending a week there. We are staying on Oahu, which is one of the main islands. I think that's where the capital is, Honolulu, and that's where we're flying into Honolulu Airport. The first half of our week in Hawaii, we will be staying at Disney's Aulani Resort. This resort looks so beautiful. It just looks like paradise, and as big Disney fans, it is a dream come true to say that we will be able to stay there. So yeah, we've got our first few nights at Aulani in the week, and then after that we move to the other side of the island and we will be staying at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is a very famous hotel in Waikiki, which is sort of a main area of that island. So that's another really exciting hotel to be staying at. It's in so many films and TV shows, and again, it looks like paradise. So we are so excited to be trying both of these hotels out. Whilst we're in Hawaii, we will be having lots of relaxing time at the beach. using the pools, but we're also doing quite a lot of exciting things, such as going to visit the Pearl Harbour site. We are going to Kaluau Ranch and doing a Jurassic Park UTV tour, and we have also booked a luau, which is a traditional Hawaiian show with lots of hula dancing. Our time in Hawaii has come to an end. We will be heading back to LA. I'm not sure if I mentioned actually, but we are flying with Hawaiian Airlines to and from LAX to Hawaii, and then once we are back in LA, we will be checking in to a hotel around the Hollywood area, where we will be spending our last 4 days doing lots of the tourist stuff. So hopefully seeing the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the different theatres like the Dolby Theatre and the Chinese Theatre. We have tickets to Universal in Hollywood, and we're also hoping to spend some time down at Santa Monica and Venice Beach as well. So it's a very, very busy 2-week trip, just over 2-week trip, and we're going to be non-stop staying in lots of different hotels and being on different time zones quite a lot. So it's going to be intense, but it's going to be amazing, and it's so great that we are finally able to go on this trip after it's been cancelled and, you know, having to replan it. And yeah, we're just really, really excited to finally be able to say we're going. And so I'm going to go onto my Instagram now and pick out some of the questions that you guys asked for over on there. So the first question is from Wizards and Walt, and they have said, where are you staying in LA? So we have got a few hotels for our LA parts of the trip. So first of all, when we are in Anaheim for Disneyland, we are staying at the Best Westerns Plus Pavilions, which is a very short walk from the Disneyland park. We chose that because it comes with free breakfast at the Denny's, which is on site. So if you're a frequent sort of American traveller, you know that Denny's breakfast are amazing, so we're really looking forward to that. The night before we go to Hawaii, because our flight is so early at LAX and where the traffic can be very unpredictable in LA, we've heard, we are actually staying at a hotel at LAX airport, which is the Holiday Inn, and we get a shuttle which goes straight from the hotel directly to the terminal that we will be using, so that's really helpful. And then when we come back to LA for our second part, when we're doing Hollywood, we are staying at the Godfrey Hotel. Next question is from Sabrina Ever After, and she has put, will you eat at Aulani every day, or are you going to venture out, and have you planned any excursions? So I mentioned the excursions earlier, but we probably won't eat at Aulani every day. We have heard that Aulani, the restaurants there can be very pricey, although I think everywhere in Hawaii is going to be quite expensive. But we really want to try a lot of the local, authentic, traditional Hawaiian food. So we are planning to drive over to the North Shore, where they have a lot of traditional food trucks selling things like shrimp and noodles and stuff like that. So we are hoping to try some of that food. We have also watched lots of vlogs, and they have all seem to have gone to the Monkey Pod Kitchen, which is a very short walk across from Aulani. So we are actually planning to visit there one night while we're staying there too for dinner, especially as they do a good happy hour where you can save some money on some good Mai Tais, which I definitely want to try. So we're definitely going to eat there. But we have made a reservation at the Makahiki Kitchen, I believe it's called. I could have got that wrong. If I have, I'll type it here. But it's the character dining restaurant at Aulani. So our final morning in Aulani, we are going to do the character breakfast. So we'll be able to meet Mickey, Goofy and a few other friends, and we're really excited for that. Walt Wizard at Wheezes have said, how do you even start planning a dream trip like this? We knew that we wanted to go to Hawaii for Alfie's 30th. That was sort of stage one. And when we were looking into ways of getting to Hawaii, we quickly realised that a very popular connection, because you cannot fly directly from the UK to Hawaii, was through Los Angeles. And having always wanted to go to Disneyland as well, it felt like the perfect opportunity to be able to tick off two bucket list destinations and combine Los Angeles and Hawaii into one trip. But yeah, we knew that for a big birthday such as your 30th, we wanted to do something special to sort of mark that milestone, and we generally as a couple like to do experiences or trips for presents instead of getting material items, just because we treasure memories so much more, and that's how we like to sort of celebrate big things in our life. So yeah, the perfect 30th birthday present for Alfie, I think, was a trip to Hawaii, and yeah, now we get to combine it with Los Angeles as well. Next question is from Els Disney, and she has said she's so excited for us, so thank you. And she said, will you be prioritising rides or just taking it all in? Have the most magical time. Thank you so much. We are going to prioritise a few rides. We have 2 days at each park, so I think that should be, you know, more than enough time to hopefully do everything we want to do. But we are also very conscious that it's completely new to us, and we do want to be able to absorb all of the magic of the parks and just sort of make lots of memories just wandering around, seeing everything. So I think the rides that we're going to prioritise are the ones which are exclusive to Disneyland. So for example, Radiator Springs Racers and Incredicoaster, which are both over at Disney's California Adventure, and the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, as well as some of, you know, Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain are very different in the LA parks to the Florida parks, so we've been told, so we really want to do those. We probably won't be prioritising rides such as Rise of the Resistance because they get very long wait times, and we have already done those rides in Florida, and we are going back to Florida later this year as well, so we'll hopefully have an opportunity to do them again. So if we do them, then great, but I think our main priority will be the rides which are exclusive to the California parks. Memory Maker Couple has put, what are you most looking forward to? I think for myself, I am most looking forward to seeing the Disneyland castle and just sort of walking around Disneyland Park, taking it all in and seeing basically what Walt imagined, and I think that would be really magical. And then I'm also really excited to be staying at Aulani, so I think just checking into Aulani and sort of taking all of the views in, because I'm sure the pictures and videos we've watched just won't do it justice. Memory Maker Couple has also asked, how many ears am I taking? So I think I'm being quite restrained, but some of you may disagree. So I am taking 4 pairs of ears to Disneyland, so 1 pair for each day, which I don't think is that bad. They each match the outfit that I'll be wearing that day, so I think that's justified. And I also have a pair of Aulani ears which I bought from Shop Disney UK last year in the sale, and they're really cute print with Hawaiian Mickey on, and it's also got some flowers. So yeah, I will be taking them to wear to Aulani as well. Disney Wife has asked, how did you book your Hawaii trip? So this is a good question, because a lot of people perhaps wouldn't book it how we have. We booked everything separately and independently, so we haven't used a travel agent for this trip. Usually I do use a travel agent for holidays. I have a very good travel agent which I use quite often, but because we wanted to use our Avios points for our flights, it was better for us to book our flights directly ourselves through the BA Rewards app. So once we had done that, we quickly realised that it would be so much easier just to book everything ourselves, because usually with a travel agent and you're booking a package, it will include the flights, which we didn't need. So as I say, our first step was booking our British Airways flights to and from LA return. So that set our dates, and then we worked out what part of the trip we wanted to do Disneyland, what part we wanted to do Hawaii, and what part we wanted to do Hollywood and the rest of Los Angeles. Once we had decided what we were going to do and how we were going to break it up, we then booked our flights to Hawaii and back from LAX, and as I mentioned, we used Hawaiian Airlines for that, so we booked directly with them. And then once we were ready to start booking our hotels, we have used a combination of hotels.com, booking.com and American Express Travel, which is sort of a website you can use with your American Express card. We just basically hunted out the best deals on the various sort of sites. Sometimes we also used comparison sites to find which website was doing the best value for the hotel. So that's how we booked each of our hotels. And all our park tickets we booked through Attractions Tickets Direct. We've used those before for tickets in Orlando, so we were confident that they would be a good choice to use for LA as well. So they were where we used to get our Disneyland and our Universal tickets. And then the excursions we've booked in Hawaii, we booked directly with sort of the attraction. So we went on to the Pearl Harbor website, the Kalua Ranch website, etc. to book those. And then we also booked our car hire for Hawaii directly through Alamo. So as you can imagine, it has been quite complicated making sure that we have everything organised and in order, and I have a rather large binder full of all of the printouts of our confirmations for everything, just so that we're all in order when we're there. But hopefully it'll all go to plan. I'm not too worried about having booked it all ourselves. I really enjoy researching and booking holidays anyway, so it was great fun sort of deciding where we were going to stay and what we were going to do while we were there. We've also used lots of our friends for recommendations on hotels. So my friend Lauren, Disney Fan 9, she recommended the hotel at Disneyland for us, so that was really great. And we also spoke to quite a lot of our friends who had been to Aulani to get some tips on how to book that hotel, because we did not book that directly through Disney. We actually used DVC points. So we are not Disney Vacation Club members, but you can rent other people's points through different stores. So we used David's Rental Club and booked through them, which was a really seamless process actually, and I won't go into explaining it because I probably won't do a very good job, but we watched a video from Eleanor Dreaming when they booked their trip with DVC points, and they go through it really clearly, so I will link that below so that you can see a bit more about that. So that's essentially how we booked everything. Memory Maker Couple has also asked, which ride are you most excited for? I think I'm most excited for the Incredicoaster at Disney's California Adventure. I love a good roller coaster, and this one looks so much fun. The Incredibles is one of my favourite Pixar films as well, so I'm really excited to try that. We've tried to avoid watching too many spoilers of what the ride's like. I know Alfie is most looking forward to riding the Radiator Springs Racers, which is also at Disney's California Adventure in Cars Land. Cars is another one of our favourite films, and we love Test Track in Epcot, and it's a very similar ride to that apparently, so again we're super excited to see what that's like. That's all the questions I'm going to answer. Hopefully that gives you a bit of a flavour as to what you can expect from this trip. Hopefully if you are thinking of a trip to Disneyland, Hollywood or Hawaii, then you will find these vlogs really useful. We don't really vlog professionally there. We are very much amateurs, and we do it for our own memories, and we love for our family and friends to be able to watch our videos and see what we get up to on holiday. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you are excited about this new vlog series that's coming, and hopefully you'll subscribe so that you don't miss these vlogs when they come out, hopefully towards the end of May. Stick around as well, because we are also going back to Florida in August of this year, so there'll be more Orlando, Florida vlogs coming too. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble for all this time, and hopefully I will see you in another vlog very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and have a magical day.